Sarah here from So Sarah Style. I hope you're well. Thank you for joining me again today. I am coming to you from a slightly different angle today. I've got a new tripod, so you are currently hanging off a table mid-air as I film this, so hoping this works out okay. Yes, I've got a few things to catch up with you about today. First of all, I'm very excited to say that I reached 3,000 subscribers this week. Woohoo! So thank you so much to everybody who's subscribed. I really do appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed, maybe you'd like to think about pressing that button. It would just really help me to get out there, to get my word out there. I just love, as you know, love sharing my makes and ideas with everybody. So it would be amazing if you could subscribe if you haven't already. But thank you so much if you have. It's just so lovely to be part of this community. I haven't organised any prizes or celebrations or anything. Sorry, I'm not very good at that kind of thing. But yeah, I'm just glad to be here with you and to have reached that exciting milestone. If anything, I'm going to celebrate by making another loungewear set. I don't know about the weather where you are, but we are supposed to be in spring, but it's more like autumn, definitely. It's not very warm at all. So to be honest, I have just been wearing loungewear sets, and so I want to make up, it's this fabric from Rainbow Fabrics. It's my equivalent of black, so it's another brown, sorry. It's a French terry. It's like a loop back French terry. And what I was thinking of doing is I just want to show people just how quick and easy a loungewear set is. So I was almost thinking of maybe doing a challenge myself to sew it in an hour type thing. So with my new fancy tripod, I may set it up and see if I can just do a little bit of filming of me making that. So that's to come. And the other things I wanted to talk about are one challenge, and one is sort of like a free to join program, which I think you might find interesting, which have sort of both popped into my inboxes recently. I'll start with a challenge, because who doesn't love a challenge? And it's actually run by the Sewists of Oz. So it's an Australian sewing challenge, and it's called Sew Autumn Denim 2024. Well, as I've just mentioned, I know we're in spring, but it feels like autumn. And to be honest, we can wear denim here any time of year, can't we? So I've dug out a few bits and a couple of ideas that I just wanted to talk through with you. The idea of the challenge is to sew anything in denim, and you've got April, the rest of April and all of May to do this, and then you share your make on Instagram on the 31st of May. Tag in the Sewists of Oz, Katrina, who is Create Something Pretty, Debra, DB Designs and Sewing Australia, Hayley, the Hay Meadow on YouTube and Surrounded by Muppets on Insta, and Deb, Sewing Seams with Deb. I'm pretty sure they've all got YouTube channels as well. So, and I know also that Kristen of the Dahlia Society is sponsoring a prize as well. So that's fabulous. So who doesn't have anything denim to sew up? I've got a few little bits and bobs to sew up, so I have pulled them out in honor of this challenge. In fact, I have pulled out my absolute all-time greatest of all time fabric, so I'm about to show you that one. In fact, why not just go for my favorite one first? It's I've had it for years and I've just been too frightened to sew it up, so I've got it out for this challenge. Wait for it. And you'll see, well, you may or may not, well, you'll see when I show you why it's so precious. It's this. And it's a printed denim, so it's only on one side, but it's what is it? It's like minerals, isn't it? Sort of like rocks and minerals, and the colours in it are absolutely stunning. I'll just show you that little bit. There's a little bit here as well. And I won it as a prize. I think I won. It was from Fleur et Oz fabric. It was I got a gift voucher and saw this and just jumped on it. And so I'm really sorry. Well, if anyone can find it, please let me know, because I'd love some more. But I have searched and searched and searched to find more, and I just haven't been able to find it. I think I've got just under 2 meters, and then I did manage to find a scrap from another website. Literally just a leftover bit, but there you go. How beautiful is that? So it needs to be made up. It's got a tiny bit of stretch to it, not much, But the pattern that I bought straight away to go with it, this must be about 2 or 3 years ago now. It's just sat there, as I say, too scared to use it, is the Sienna Maker Jacket by Closet Core Patterns. Now, I've wanted to make this for so long, and the idea is to make this length. So it's a chic utility jacket inspired by vintage French workwear. So used by makers and artists. It's got deep pockets, hidden breast pocket, and a belt. Now, I really wanted something that I would wear all the time because I love that fabric so much. I thought if I just wear it as make it as jeans, I'm not going to wear it as often. But if it's a jacket that I can just wear and wear and wear until it falls apart, that is the plan for that fabric. So I need to get it absolutely right. Do you know what's coming now? Yes, I'm going to make a toile first. And that's possibly what's put me off doing it, I think, because I know I'm just frightened of getting it wrong, but I don't think I will get it wrong if I make a good toile. So I've shown you this fabric before that I want to make the toile from, and it's not denim, but I just think this will make such a lovely jacket in that Sienna Maker Jacket. So because I've got a month and a half to do this challenge, I think I've got plenty of time just to have a practice in this and then make it up in, look, I'm just going to show you one more time. Maybe you don't like, I don't know, I absolutely love this. There you go, this gorgeous denim. So this is my opportunity now to get it made up. So as I'm talking to you now, I'm thinking that is absolutely probably going to be enough for me to do for the challenge. But as always, I've just pulled out a couple of other ideas. Well, definitely one that I would like to do. So I'll just drag that out and show you now, excuse me. This is a denim chambray that I bought from Barry's in Birmingham. And here it is. It's got this gorgeous stripe through it, sort of a metallic, it's like a rose gold stripe. So this is to make the Fibre Mood Kaya dress for the summer. So that will be, that's quite high again on my list of makes, but it is a long list, as I'm sure everybody's is. So that's another idea. But I'm going to leave all those on the floor, and I'm not going to talk about any more because I'm really going to be overdoing it otherwise. As I say, it doesn't really matter whether it's called autumn or spring. We can wear denim here any time of the year. Yeah, so I'm really pleased and excited to be part of that. So if you want any more information, go on to have a look on Instagram and have a look over at the girls' YouTubes just for more info. So the other thing that I was talking about is a free to join program. So it's not a challenge as such, but it's run by Sarah from My Hand Wardrobe Patterns, and it's called Sew Your Own Style. So I'll just, sorry, I'm looking down here because I really don't remember anything. Begins on the 1st of May. If you want to sign up for it by the end of April. And it's described as a free to join self-guided program designed to empower sewists. You'll learn how to explore and embrace your own authentic style and dress to express yourself with confidence. Following the programme will encourage and enable you to start thinking like a designer for your own wardrobe. At the end of the programme, you'll have a clear picture of your own style and what garments you want to make and wear to express this. Well, I know what I like, definitely, but sometimes I kind of want to reevaluate that and to look at what I wear. I say I know what I like. It doesn't mean that I'm not missing a trick, or that there might be something else that I'd like to wear, or some things work better than others. The first week is a wardrobe audit. Sarah's already started putting this out, and it's the process of logging, examining and engaging with every part of your wardrobe. So she talks you through the process of kind of almost pulling everything out and having a look through, working out what works for you, any gaps, sort of establishing any gaps that you might have in your wardrobe, things to let go of, things you don't feel good about, and things that are outdated. Now, I don't know whether it's a coincidence or not, but this week I have reached 3,000 subscribers. My wardrobe rail has also broken. So I think that's trying to tell me something, and I think that's giving me the kick up the backside to join, to do a wardrobe audit, to work out what suits me and what doesn't, and just to have sort of to move on from certain items. I have said to some friends of mine who are similar sizes, I'm planning on having a bit of a wardrobe cull, putting everything on rails, and they can come and help themselves to whatever they want. So that's a program that's worth having a look at. Just go along to it's Sarah is my hand MHW patterns, my handmade wardrobe patterns on Instagram, and then you'll be able to get the links to sign up and join in. I think it's a really lovely idea actually, so I'm looking forward to having a go at that. Doesn't involve any sewing, I don't think. I think it's just about looking at what you've got actually, and evaluating what works for you and what doesn't. So yeah, have a look. I would definitely say go along and have a look at that. Okay, so in the meantime, I might insert a bit of footage showing me making up my new loungewear set. If, as I say, if I can get my fancy new tripod to work. So I'll pop that in now, and I will catch up with you soon. So here I am with my 3,000 subscriber self-imposed challenge. Can I sew my favourite loungewear set in an hour? I've set up behind me, I'll show you in a second on the screen, a timer for an hour. I have already cut out my pattern pieces because it's a two-piece set. I thought, well, I'll give myself a little bit of a fighting chance there. It is, the trousers are the Derwent trousers from the Sewing with Knitted Fabrics Wendy Ward book. These are the trousers, flat front, fold over elastic. I've shown you many times, and literally it's two pattern pieces like that, because the waistband is all cut in one and the fabric, the elastic just folds over. So that's literally a few seams. And some of you will be horrified when I mention this, but this is also going to really help me. As you can see, this is the fabric I'm making it from, and it's a French terry from Rainbow Fabrics. It's one of these sort of loop back. Look at that, how it curls. It literally just wants to curl over. So as far as I'm concerned, for some of the hems at least, I quite like that just casual curled over look. So I'm not going to be hemming all of them. So that will really help, because as you know, I hate hemming. So that's the bottom. And then the top is the Paper Theory LB pullover, which again, I have made many, many times. This is the front that I've cut out. And then I've got just got the front and the back and the neckband, because I'm not putting sleeves on. So to be perfectly honest, I really should be able to manage to do this in an hour. So I'll just go across now and set up my timer, and then we'll go for it. I think what I'll do is I'll probably stop and start as I go, because I don't want to have to edit the whole hour. But at the same time, the timer will continue in the background, so we can check in and have a look how I'm getting on. So timer is going on, and here you go, countdown begins. So I've got the front and the back and the neckband here, and I'm going to show you all my bad habits. Please, if you're a beginner, do not take any notice of me. I have sewn this quite a few times, and I know what I'm doing, and I'm not actually going to pin it, because this is a fairly grippy fabric, and it's not long fiddly seams. So often when I started out, and often I will stabilise the shoulder seams, so I'll use a fusible, sort of like a fusible interfacing or something to stabilise them. But these are such a short, it's just such a short sleeve, and there's nothing pulling this down really, so there's no real need to stabilise it. Also with this, seam allowance kind of goes out the window a little bit as well. This is terrible, isn't it? I shouldn't be confessing all these things. But for some things, you definitely need to be accurate. And for other things, not so much, to be honest. So I will, I'm really hoping, because this is the loudest overlocker in the world, that it's not too distracting. But anyway, so shoulder seam number 1 going ahead. I could perhaps, I think I'll probably, if it is noisy, what I'll do is I'll just fast forward these bits. So here. Okay, and shoulder seam number 2. And if these sleeves curl up nicely, then I'm not going to hem the sleeves either. I have threaded up my sewing machine in matching thread, so that might so it's ready to go for any hemming that's needed. And I also will use the sewing machine for attaching the collar. So it will be overlocked as well. You know what, sometimes, having said that I don't pin, sometimes what I do like to do is just put one at the end so that I know that I'm kind of accurate. I'm going to be accurately getting to the end without any too much overhang, if you know what I mean. So shoulder seams done, and my time has disappeared already. This is going to be annoying, isn't it? Excuse me. There you go. So that's the shoulder seams done, and what I'll do now is attach the neckband, which is literally just a piece of fabric like this. So just have to sew this up so it's made into a tube. And even though it's French terry, it's a cotton French terry, so it takes a press quite well. So I will be pressing as I go along as well. Right, so that's basically the collar. So I will fold that in half. And just give it a little press, and the shoulder seams at the same time. I'm just pressing a light crease around the top just to make it look a little bit smarter. The other thing is about the collar is that you can interface it if you want it to stick up more. This cable knit didn't need any interfacing, and I'm actually not interfacing this because I kind of want it to flop down a little bit. It's fairly stiff. So it should hold its shape okay. So those are both just a little press, as I say. So what I'll do now is, obviously I will quarter the neckband, although to be honest I'm terrible, I just usually halve it. I am really bad. And then obviously we know which is the back of that, because it's where the seam is. So we'll line that up with the middle of the back, and I will definitely pin this. I'm always, when I have to be accurate, I will make more of an effort. So that's the middle, obviously the middle of the back there, of the top, and the middle of the back of the neckband. And then let's find the front point of the neckband by pulling it forward. I tend to just pop a little pin in there so I know where that is, and then line it up with the middle of the front of the top. So that's there. So we can pin those. We can then pin those two together. So I'm going to take this. I'm going to take this over to the sewing machine, and I'll sew this round. So now I've sewn. I've tacked it on. I'm just going to sew it with the overlocker now. But I just wanted to. I find it's obviously far easier to be more accurate with your sewing machine sometimes with sewing areas. So that's the neckband put on, and I won't actually press that because sometimes with these jersey fabrics they don't necessarily need a press, and I don't want to leave iron marks on the fabric, so I should leave that one as it is. Now looking at this, I think the bottom will curl up, but I don't think the sleeves will, and to be honest they could probably do with a hem. So I'm going to hem the sleeves. How am I doing time wise? Oh, 45 minutes, that's not bad, is it? I think 15 minutes. So hopefully I'm all right time wise, and I'll just get these sleeves hemmed up, and I'm going to do another horrendous cheat here, so bear with me. I'm going to overlock the edges straight down, and then I'm going to actually hem them flat like that. It's a little cheat, but to be honest the ends of them will be under my arms, so unless anyone's having a look under my armpits, which I hope they won't, nobody will notice. Is this terrible? No, I think we're all sewists and we all have our little shortcuts, don't we? So I've just overlocked and folded and hemmed the edges of my top, and given it a bit of a press as well, just to make sure that the edges are nice and crisp, to be honest. and you can see I am on 38.42 at the minute, so the timing is going down. I reckon if I could do half an hour for the top and half an hour for the trousers, that should work out well, shouldn't it? That should just about do it. So is this a real cheat, or can I get away with it? This is just for a bit of fun, and also it's a loungewear set to wear around the house, so that's why I'm I don't know, cheating left, right and centre. So I will now sew down the side seams, and look, I'm going to use a clip at there, and I'm going to use a clip at the other end so that I've got somewhere to aim for. Already this fabric's wanting to curl up at the ends, which it may or may not work. If I don't like the look of it, then I can hem the bottom, otherwise I shall just leave it. We'll see. So just about to put this together. I might actually just start it because I've already hemmed the sleeve. This bit here is obviously a little bit thicker, and sometimes I will just put a sewing machine stitch in it there to make sure that it doesn't come apart, rather than just use the overlocker. So I'm going to start on the overlocker now so I don't have to move, and then I might just secure it with a sewing machine stitch as well. And I'll do the same for the other side. Always got lots of overlocker thread tails everywhere. Then I can swap, and I can pop this top on while I finish the trousers. How about that for an instant loungewear set? So here's the top done. I mean, hang on, let me just check how long that's been. I'm just letting it roll up just to see if I like the bottom of it rolled up. There we go, 33.25, so just under half an hour to make the top. Like I say, it's not very many seams at all. I'll now move on to the trousers, and we'll see if we can get it all done in under an hour. Hang on, they're just over here. So it's front and back, and the elastic which goes around the top. So it's just here. This is a non-roll elastic, which I could do with it being black. I can't find my black elastic, so white will have to do, but it doesn't really matter because as I've shown you before, it just you just attach it to the top and it folds in, and then it folds in again, so it's all hidden inside anyway, so it's absolutely fine. So onto the trousers. I'm just going to do the front and back crotch curves first, and then I'm going to put them together. So that's the back put together, and then I will pop that over there, and then just put the fronts together. There's so many different ways of putting trousers together, the different techniques. I can't even remember if this is the way that is shown me in the book, to be honest, but the last pair of trousers I put together, clearly I did it this way round, so that's stuck in my head. But there are, as I say, many different ways. Okay, that's the front. So I'm going to put that down, and then right sides together, pick up the back piece. Right sides together. I will then pick up the middle and then match the crotch seams here. Always, always, always make sure that you put a decent pin or whatever it is in the crotch seams, because it's really important, obviously, that they match. And then go down the legs. Sometimes I start in the middle and go down one and then down the other, and sometimes I just kind of go all the way. I think today I'll start in the middle, and then I'll go down one leg, and then this is the inside leg seam of both of them, because it's always quite a good idea to put a few extra stitches in where the seams meet, just for a bit of extra security. And then down the other leg. Okay, so that's the inside seams done, and literally I've just got the outside, so the front and the back sewn together with the inside seams done. I've just got to sew side seams, the outside side seams together, and then I can put the elastic on. So I've just finished sewing up the sides, and I have a pair of trousers. Oh, hang on, let me just check what time it is. 21. I've got 21 minutes left. It really is so simple. Obviously, the trousers are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seams, and the top is probably a similar amount, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So we've only sewn 10 seams, and as I say, I wasn't going to do the hems unless I feel like I really need to. So these are the trousers. Now obviously it's very long from the top to the crotch, because the idea obviously is that the top's going to be folded down a couple of times. So I just need now to measure my elastic, which it's never an exact science, but nothing's an exact science with me obviously, but just sort of measure it round my waist to about, that feels about comfortable. So I've just zigzagged this together to make a circle. I'll just snip off the threads, and I will quarter this because it just makes it so much easier obviously to fit round when you're attaching it to the top of the trousers. So look, even my felt tips are brown. So the opposite end to that is here, and then we will go and do the other 2 quarters. So basically this elastic is quartered, and helpfully enough the trousers are already quartered, because obviously you've got your front and back seam, and then you've got your side seams. So just remembered I need to turn it inside out, so I just had to check the instructions. So what you're doing is you're attaching the elastic first of all to the inside. So I'm just going to clip the 4 quarters at the seams. So that's at the back. The front marked piece goes at the front seam, and then the 2 side pieces at the side seams. And then you'll see that actually that just fits really, really nicely around the top. There's not a huge amount of slack, to be honest, which is fine, because as I say, I don't want too much gathering, but I don't want, you know, you want it to just fit nicely, which this does. So that's the top, and then I'm literally just going to overlock, just carefully, without trimming the elastic or anything. Sometimes I let the fabric hang over a little bit, so I'm cutting a little bit of the fabric off. But making sure that I don't cut the actual elastic. And then you need to make sure that you're just pulling the elastic taut in between each section, but it doesn't need pulling much at all because these fit really quite well. So we're just about to do that. Okay, so that is that's it. That's the elastic attached. So I can turn the trousers the right way round, and I can put them on, to be honest, and then I can just check the length of the trousers and check the fit and make a decision on whether I want to hem them or not. So I will be back with them on. Actually, I just wanted to show you a bit more of a close-up. So that's all it does. It just attaches it literally with the overlocker thread. It's really, really clever, and it just fits in, and then it just folds in. All the elastic's covered on the inside, so you can then put a few stitches in there to secure it if you want to, but I'll pop these on and come back and show you. So I've got them on, here they are, and I've finished it in 11:15, so I've done it in sort of, I don't know, 49 minutes, something like that. So yeah, under an hour. What I will do is just put a little tacking stitch at the side of here. I'm happy with the bottom rolling up because, as I say, I do quite like that look, and I'm going to do the same at the bottom. I'll do a proper shot, full length shot, so you can see it. The legs definitely need a little bit of ironing to keep into place, because the overlocker is fine, but this slightly wobbly on the seams. So there you go. That was just a bit of fun. I'm sorry if you couldn't really see what I was doing. It's not a sew along at all. It's just a silly challenge that I've set for myself. I thought it up literally as I was talking to you earlier. Oh, well, why not challenge myself? See if I can do it in an hour. So I have really. So that's a really, really simple set. And this will be just chucked in and worn on rotation with the other sets as well. So hang on one sec and I will show you the finished item. So here is the finished loungewear set in under an hour. I spent the last 11 minutes just giving the sides of the legs a good press, and also putting little stitches in the sides of the hems just to encourage these to roll up a little bit. I may still hem them, I don't know. I've done the same with the bottoms. The bottoms I've kind of left intentionally long. I'm not sure what length I want to have those yet. They're just overlocked and rolled up as well, but they may well end up being hemmed. But to be honest, as I say, it was 10 seams, wasn't it really? So there wasn't a huge amount to do. But if you want a really quick loungewear set, then, you know, obviously you can do a lot worse than the Derwent trousers and the LB pullover. So that's it. It was, as I say, it wasn't meant to be a serious sew along or anything. So obviously I tried to give you a bit of information as I went along, but I'm not even sure how it's edited together. So you will get what you will get today. It was just me, a bit of a fun challenge for reaching 3,000 subscribers. Thanks again so much to everyone who subscribed. I really appreciate it, and thank you also to everybody who engages with me in the comments and stuff. I absolutely love that. I love making stuff, and I love sharing it with everybody as well. Just as I really enjoy watching other people's YouTube channels and getting ideas from them. It's just such a lovely community. So thank you again for watching, and happy sewing. Thanks a lot. Bye.